Hello guys, Zanitor here, and welcome back to City Skylines, where this text has truly done something. Why is it doing this? There we go. Oh, mods. You beautiful things, you. So, I have made a couple of little test runs outside of recording. And by a couple, I mean, I did it for like 20 minutes one day while waiting for something else to happen. And I kind of found out there's a couple of things that I'm not so fond of here. Like this in general looking this way. So we're going to kind of revert this ever so often, or like every so little. So I'm going to make the tech area slightly smaller in this region, but then expand it out into different spots, because I don't want a huge cluster of the same building that seems to be popping up. I kind of want it spaced out just a little bit more throughout the city, so that's what we're going to try to do today. If I am able to do that, fantastic. If not, whoopsie. But we'll see how it goes. So let's come along here and do this. That's a good place to kind of start as always. And then do we want to do any one-ways or anything like that? I mean, I know they're always good, but the thing is, what's good and what I'm going to be good at doing is a totally different story. So let's not. Let's play it safe, and let's as well maybe be a little bit more, maybe jump the gun a little bit and go ahead and make this a larger road, so I can then divvy up the traffic a little bit. And I have pretty good trusting with these roads, with the sort of tried and true method of building on them, so I feel fairly confident with them. But we shall see, obviously, if that holds true. So there we go. We got that. That's good to me. And then we'll also do this here and here. So there we are. So that makes that just a little bit easier to sort of deal with for now. And then, so I could do this way, or I could do a long one this way. But again, I'm trying not to make it, let me do this. I'm trying to make it just ever so slightly different. So we're going to see if I can manage to make it look nice. I'm not even going to bother with one ways, actually. So let's do that, and then we'll sort of do the same here, but just bring this right to the edge there. And then we're going to, I think, go ahead and do this. So with this tech area, rather, we'll keep it on the outside here. I think that's quite nice. But then I think take away a lot of this. Let's do it even here. Like towards, I think all of this inside area, I think is something I don't want. And then, yeah, out here, don't really want it here either. So I'm gonna take that away for now. Same with this sort of area, because I feel like it looks weird, especially in this way. I'm even going to do this. I think it looks a little bit weird on the outskirts. So it's my hope that I can make that look a little bit better like that. And then kind of keep this as a small cluster just there. Let me even do that just in case that's still clinging on to that bit. Same with this. There we go. And then what I will do is I'll come over here. I will do this as an area. Oh, yeah, you can follow the roads, which is pretty cool. Kind of forget that. So I can do that. And then we can say that this will be an IT cluster with some good housing as well when it is deemed necessary. And then we can sort of, I'd say it was about that big. give or take a bit. So we can have that. We can have, I think the rest of this at least to be housing. Same with here to a degree. And then I'm going to do this just to make this a little easier. And I see that we got some messed up bits, but it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and do that actually. Yeah, these offices are still coming in. I thought I found them. Apparently I did not. There's multiple versions of the same big chungus apparently. So we can have that. And then we can do... I wonder what would happen if we do some like ladder commercial within there. Just to see what that would look like. Kind of mixing it in. This area I guarantee isn't getting enough satisfaction with that either. So these citizens are sick. I'm going to assume it's due to the noise. They have, yeah, the health availability. But yeah, I would say the noise is probably a little bit much. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's good to know. A way to fix that is questionable. I could obviously make some of the bigger roads. How much would this... So that would... Oh, that's huge. Okay, so that's not really ideal. How about... Okay, so that takes up too much room as well, but I could cheat it a little bit. But I'm tempted to do that to here. So it's still a 4-lane and the such, but I think it'll just go that little bit better. And hopefully be that little bit more quiet as well. So let's go ahead and do this. Bring that down to ground level here. And do that as well. Turn that back off, and that should be pretty good. Alright, so I think that should work for us, at least for the time being. A little bit better, and this is coming together now. Let's go ahead and delete this. It's like constantly trying to maintain those coming up. And I wonder how... So yeah, this is doing great. This is actually like probably helping a lot of the parking issue around here. Obviously this is still busy. But overall I think it's doing exactly what it needs to be doing. One thing I may consider... just upgrading that so there can't be parking there, just to see if that makes that run that little bit faster. And do we have a bit of an issue here? Or they... We do. There we go. Have a little yield there. Keep them a little bit safer. So that will be better. But everything seems to be connected there now, which is great. This is all going well. So yeah, that parking lot is very full, which is actually quite nice to see. This bit is obviously quite full. I'm tempted to put a little parking area beside of here too, because I do feel like that actually helps quite a bit with maybe not traffic, but just in general certain issues that sort of arise with that. I gotta remember where they actually are. There it is. So what if I was to do this? Do I not have this on anymore? I do not. So there we go, directly against that, which is actually quite fun. I can come out this way ever so slightly. So I could connect there too. But I don't think I will. I think I'll just do that. And then we can do... We can do that. And then I can sort of adjust this in to where it connects up just that little bit more. There we go. I think that's quite fun. And then we could even maybe, yeah, with some creative altering, we'll say, we can make that work. And then I can even do that. I know I could just make the big one, but I kind of like just this small bit. I don't know why. It just seems to be nice. So yeah, let's do that. And what would that look like? I mean, it's not terrible. What happens if I do this? Okay, so that's actually a little bit better. And then, I mean, that sort of makes sense, but that takes away quite a bit in the way of parking. So we won't do that for now. We probably don't need even this much, but we can see how it runs and see if this gets full, and if it does, we can keep adding on. Because I don't, like, obviously I don't have, I guess the typical, what is it, like, city engineering tools of being able to tell how many people are going through a certain area to know how many parking spots are needed. I'm sure I could figure it out, or there's some way to figure it out, rather. I can't figure it out, but I'm sure there's a mod to figure it out, I should say. But I don't quite have that knowledge, do I? So let me do it here. And here. Then I'm going to move this one just ever so slightly out this way. So there's a little gap there. But I'm not very worried about having just a little bit of a gap. I mean, I feel like it's pretty typical to see as at least a little bit of something. And we got some lines there under here that we can come back and fix as well. Does this fit in? Yes, it does. And we'll just hug it to that other side. Same with here. I see some of the issue here. There we go. That's fixed there at least. I'm going to assume it's probably this being too high. Yeah, at least for that bit. Then here. Just trying to figure out where to put this one. Trying to figure out which way it needs to go to make it happy. So not up. Down is preferable. Is there a way to just... I don't know if there's a way to select something just to be like, hey, make this all the same height, please. That would be very cool, though. In fact, let's select just nodes here. So just nodes, and then is there a way within the toolbox, so to terrain height to object height? That almost fixed everything. Well, it felt like it was going to, but it does not. Slope objects? No. Set position. Oh, that's interesting. There's a lot more detail within this than I actually anticipated. So I don't think any of that is exactly what I want. Toggle snapping, follow terrain? Not quite. So... yeah, I think we're going to have to just sort of do this on our own ever so slightly, like before, but that's fine. So which bit is higher here? I guess maybe flattening the ground first would be smart. So that seems to help that bit. It's not like too terribly far off. It's just enough to be making a little bit of an issue. Right there is pretty good. I might almost have this. You know what? That's going to be good enough for me to take. Because I think if I keep going farther, I think it's just going to become quite a challenge, and you can't even see it from far enough away, so I think that's going to be fun. Now, one thing I do want to do, because this does have the ability to be built onto, is I'd like to maybe throw in a little park just there. So, it kind of gives a reason for people to be here as well. And we can also connect it via this kind of a thing, so there we go. That's always kind of fun. So that's a nice way to sort of have that added in together as well, I think. So there we are. I think that'll be used and keep people from needing to park out here maybe as much too. Because I mean, they have it for the this school or whatever else too, so. But there we go. Let's see how this is doing. So it's definitely making its way in. This office building's back. Don't worry, I got it. Oh, its brother's back, and its bigger brother. We're good. We take care of it eventually. But alright, so yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm happy with that. Now, one thing I might do, it's something that I've talked about before, not really messing with too much, and that's like the train stations and all that good stuff. I'm tempted to do that. Obviously, I want a cargo terminal as well, so that's kind of what I'm figuring out next, maybe here. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not very great about getting traffic planned around these. They are something that I actually find quite difficult to integrate in very well, just because of the kind of severity of the traffic that they make. But what my hope is, if I come here and let's say build something like so, that we can then bring up over to here, and I'm going to make it so they can get on and off of this very, very easily. So we're going to do that, or maybe just like 2 ways to exit. I might not even need a way necessarily for them to come back the other way, as much as I just need a way for them to get away. So let's see. Let me do. Okay, I didn't really want that, so let me come back a little bit. And let me do this. There we go. And one side up that way, and then this side we will put eventually underground. And I know this is a mess, but I can't see it from the outside, so we pretend it's not real. Okay, I know that's not beautiful, but... Oh, I'm on the selection mode. That's a bit awkward. There we go. There we are. So that's a little bit better. So now there's a bit that goes straight. There's a bit that goes... the bit that goes out of the city, and then a bit that goes into the city. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I need some way for them to connect in as well. But I'd like to keep the traffic kind of flowing one specific way. So what I'm going to try is, I wonder if I have any fun roads that would actually work well with this. I know I have like the highway. I don't really know how the highway or national road works too well. Like the 2-lane highway feels like it would be correct almost. I mean, I guess no harm in just trying it. I guess the thing is, if things like this don't work, that's what, you know, the delete tool is for. So there we go. Maybe something a little bit more like that. And then we can, which that might become a way to exit, is kind of one of my worries, to be honest, but we'll see. So we can get a cargo train terminal. I'm glad I left enough room there. I was a little bit worried. And then, I didn't actually mean to do that, but it worked out. Then a way out there. And a way there as well. Did that work? Yes. And yes, and I don't think I need any other way there, but I could be wrong. I mean, frankly, this might actually work out better even for our postal people here and for the garbage people as well there. So we'll see. It like leaves me a little bit unsure, but at the same time, I think it could be potentially something that works out nicely for us. But yeah, this gives them at least one bit of the road for them to keep going straight here if they don't need to park over here so they can get around the traffic, I hope. But I don't know which way they're actually taking it out of the city. So let's see. Are they going out of the city or are they taking the straight? Okay, no, they're taking it out of the city. Okay. Well, that is good to know. Good to know that that's a use for them. And we'll eventually make our exit down here too, which I think will make things even more beneficial for them. So that is good. But yeah, we'll see when our first trains start coming in if this works out well for us. We're still a ways away from getting like the airport and the cargo airport, so that'll be a little bit of a way away before we have to worry about that, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, you can see there are some cars coming in here. I don't know if that's workers. I don't know if there is workers for this necessarily, but it's nice to see that's all happening at least. Now, I'm trying to remember if I had any plans to do anything like too specific. I do, well, minus this. I do like how this is looking now. It looks much better without just all the very tall buildings. So, I was actually, before recording, making the thumbnail for, or not making the thumbnail, I was taking the screenshot for my wife to make the thumbnail of, for the video, and I hated how it looked. So, it became very easy to want to change. So I think it's going to look a lot better now, or it does look a lot better now, so I am happy with that. That's going to get rather close. I didn't quite think that one through, so I may end up moving this on over here considerably. Where is our water towers? Where did I move them to? Ah, over there, okay. So this would still be in the safe zone. Okay, good. That's all I need to make sure. I didn't want to start poisoning all of us. Not yet. Alright, so that should be pretty good. Now, one thing I can do, and I kind of forgot to do this in the beginning, so I'm going to go ahead and continue this road because I have plans for it in general. We can come down this way. And then I'll use this. There we go. So that'll make that pretty good. But what I'm going to do here, and I really like this about these roads, I don't actually need lots here. Just need them to yield there, and that typically seems to work for this. Like just having the yield seems to be pretty okay. Honestly, if there weren't the trees there, that would be a little bit more realistic, but this seems to work for this situation. So that's just how I'm going to kind of let this run, and I think it'll be okay, hopefully. And then as for this, I'm kind of okay with this. Like, it's busy, but at the same time, I like the look of it all, kind of just being a little bit more like old city look, so I'm going to take that. But yeah, they're definitely taking this way quite a lot. But granted, a lot of this is deliveries. This is now sort of becoming the export area, so because it obviously does much more than just the importing. This is for here, I think, actually. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. This is a long old train, geez. So now they're on their way out, or actually their way in for a lot of them, or all of them. So now we're able to get so many more goods and services that way, so that's fantastic. That leads us to needing a little bit more in the way of offices. Or we just in general have more demand for offices, so we're going to do that. What I may do is, since we have so much, so many houses over here, I may come in over this way and start just adding in a little bit of an office area over here. Just to sort of get some things filling in here too. So how long is this? This is, yeah, and like 2 more clicks. Yeah, there we go. So now I can put in a couple of little bits of office here. I'm glad I checked this. I actually didn't quite mean to, which is funny. But we actually need to make sure that's all covered too. And we may as well, while we're here, do this. It's beautiful, I know. Exactly as the game intended. Then I need a mod that just automatically has, or just a map, how this one sort of started. Just need it to automatically be fully kitted out with water. Then not a care in the world, you know? There we go, I can just do all of this and make life all easy peasy, hopefully. Not my finest hour, but hey, I mean, it's beautiful, you know, in its own rustic, utilitarian. I can't quite sell it like that, kind of. But there we go, we got that. One thing that I do quite like is I think this is going to be a very nice area to build some stuff upon. But yeah, I'm excited to get some stuff in here too. I think this is going to look nice. I might even consider putting a little attraction over here. Like a shopping center could actually be pretty cool. You know, just out of touch of maybe being noisy. But I mean, it's like I don't want it to be noisy, but I also want it close enough to actually like make them happy. Which right here, that is pretty good. So that makes a small proportion of people happy, but it's still people. So I'll take it. And the hypermarket's pretty cool too, but we'll hold off on that for the meantime. And then yeah, we'll go ahead and place in some of this over here. By some of this, I mean a lot of it. But it just gives a little bit of a bonus for people that live over here now. We are not very good in the way of buses, it's got to be said. And that's not buses, so that makes a big difference. Okay. We're still not very good. Okay, good. So let's make a little line from the train there. It can stop in front of the supermarket. And then I think it should go to here as a good place. And then it should let people off here so they can walk over here, get into this, and all is golden. And then we could have... where's one of the stops? So there's a stop here. We could stop here as a place to transfer. Which I think would be quite nice. Oh, my mouse just went a little bit funny all of a sudden. Logitech likes to do that recently for some reason. We can have a stop here because it's a really good place for them to be able to walk under there. And then let's do another stop in front of the metro and then complete said line. I feel like it's pretty good. There we go. Yeah, that metro's rarely used, but there's one over here which I've already lost. There it is. Yeah, I mean 468 passengers and it's like dead packed. I actually don't know how to make the metros run better. And I don't know if there's anything... Like, I don't know if making another line is even possible that makes it run better. I think the trains would just run into each other in a way. But maybe there's some way around that. Maybe there's some better efficiency I don't know about. I tried to do the, you know, loop, like one goes one way, one goes back, and then it picks up to transfer. So it doesn't get fully full, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if there's a better way around that. I don't know if there's any... Like, I guess maybe funding is better, but, you know, we don't want to do that. That'd be terrible. But yeah, I don't know if there's, like, anything I can specifically do that would help And I've not raised taxes at all. Usually I get up to about 11% at a max, but we'll go up to there for now. Let's see, where is the... So I guess it would be within the actual menu here. I need the lines menu for the metro. I believe we're looking at... Is it line 4 I was looking for? Which one is it? Is it... So I guess it would be line 2 and 3. Let's inspect it a little bit more. So you can have more vehicles. Okay. So if I was to... Okay, so you can bring it up to 3 with that. I don't know how much that impacts the funding. I don't know how much money that is invested per se. Also in general, just don't know how much we're making from it. So yeah, we're actually running it at a loss, which I mean is a loss to have a better traffic kind of life, which is good. I mean, we're running the trains at a huge loss, but I do have some plans for over here for the festival area, and I do find if you have a festival area near the trains, a lot of people use it for some reason, which is fine by me. So my hope is that that becomes something based off of that, but we'll see. We will indeed see. So next, that's a little bit better. We still have tons and tons of people wanting that, of course. I mean, it makes sense. This is a nice little area that could maybe perhaps become something, but also may turn this into like a zoo or like a theme park or something. I kind of like that as the, you know, where it's a nice little cove there. So we'll see. But we could... I mean, could keep expanding this ever so slightly, maybe even put some housing over here. I may go ahead and be a little bit more preemptive here. And then try to make all of this the same height as what I'm going to be, you know, like as the rest. So even if it's not perfect, it's going to work for us over here. So we can have it dip down a little bit there to just have all this flat. And I think that'll work out just fine in the end. I'm going to do that just so the water doesn't decide it wants to come up, because you never know. So there we go. There's a bit of a dip there, but I can only do so much about that. Oh well, granted. I can do that, and then I can bring it down to pretty much the height it's needed. So I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. There is a bit of an uphill on these now, though. Granted, I do wonder... Came at that at a bit of a funny angle. Oops. I thought I was in the select mode. So if I do this and then take that down to there, we can come over here where it was actually a little bit more okay before. And some of these probably need a little bit of a foundation to them. There we go. Can make it look pretty much like it's supposed to. And let's go ahead and on this corner put, we'll put even a rather large police station. And then we'll put a fire station to boot sort of just beside of it. Alright, cool. So, come down like that. I like how that's like, nah, I ain't doing it. Sure. Let's see, can I now? This is a weird one, isn't it? Well, if I sort of just bring these down ever so slightly. There we go. That's more what we needed. And then... There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then let's do a no parking road that just sort of goes between there, just to kind of divvy it up ever so slightly. And this is where we can put some more, or put some high density. And then we could even come around here, put some of that, put some more offices just to buffer that zone. And then we'll put some residential on the outskirts there. And we'll go ahead and also be a little bit preemptive here. I didn't really think yet. But on this corner, put in a hospital, which makes a lot of people around here happy, which is great. We'll take a sip of coffee because it's getting cold and we can't let that happen. There we go, beautiful. But this is pretty cool. Wow, actually quite a lot of visitors and a good bit of tourism, which is nice to see. I guess having this in front of it helps a lot. Does this... Okay, so it's not necessarily helped this area, but it's there. And that's what matters. Like I said, we'll do a festival area, I think. And I think that'll bring in a lot of tourism, so... That's at least the high hopes we have. I mean, we've got some like really nice parks we can and like landmarks that we can make use of, which is in the close or soon grand plan. So that'll happen at some point. I am mildly tempted because I just saw it to maybe. Let me get this tool again. Just gonna flatten this area how I want it to be. Which I know I'm not very subtle about it, but I tend to go crazy with it and fix the problems later. And what I can do here is, there we go. Now it looks a little bit more like it should there. And let's go back to this. Let's actually... Let's expand this to... what is it called? Is it the avenue? Yeah, large avenue with grass. I think this will look nice here. So if I expand that suddenly here, and then bring it down to there. So something kind of like that. And then we'll go back to this ever so slightly. Bring that out to there. There we go. That might mess with the water a little, but I'm not too worried again. And then we're going to put the... There we go. The London Eye. I think that's quite fun. Also known as the Coca-Cola London Eye or whatever it's called now. But there we go. I like that. Something a little bit more fun. And then we can put a bus stop right in front of it. So we can have it go there. Transfer even just to here. Why not? Or actually, maybe I could just add a stop to this one. Maybe that would be better. Messed up there. Alright, here we go. So yeah, it's drag to add a stop. Add it to there, and there we go. That's much better. So yeah, we'll see if we manage to get some people coming into there, and then maybe we can turn this into a little touristy area, which in fact I can go ahead and paint out. We'll start it here. Go back to here. And sort of just curve it around this bit. I'll go out into the water ever so slightly because I might end up building like those little piers and things that you're allowed to sort of do there too. Then fill that in. Beautiful. I've still yet to use any names just because I keep forgetting to look at who the current members are, so apologies for that. But I'll do that quite shortly. And then leisure, tourism indeed. And there we go. So let's see, do I want to... Like, is there a special, like, just... tourism and leisure, there we go. So we have fishing pier, which is obviously a pretty fun one. So we could... Yeah, I see why there's that mod to not have any of the little, like, white showing, so you can kind of see a little bit more what you're doing. And, like, fishing tours, that seems smart. Jet ski rentals seems really fun, actually. Yeah, Marina, like, we may as well just, like, kind of do this up because there's no reason not to. Beach volleyball court, I mean, yeah, why not? Riding stable, not quite sure about that. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Let's see how this looks in the normal mode. Not perfect, but the thing is, I think, because I feel like this has to be a little bit more, you know, level with where this is. So if I could... There we go. But it kind of moves around with it anyways. Let's see if I can make this sort of work as desired. Let me put the strength really just a little bit lower here. Then I can sort of fix the slope up. There we go. Now let's see how that looks. It's not too bad. So we'll go ahead and use a nice road here to sort of link all this together. We'll just use, I think, just a standard road because we'll need parking in front of it. We'll do this. Let's not do it there, just to get more people maybe coming down and through. And then we can... There we go. I think I can... What I may do for this bit is I may just become a little cheaty and then move this as I see fit instead. So I can sort of just spin this kind of thing. Because, I mean, yeah, those boats aren't even, like, correct. So let's do this kind of thing. We don't want it looking like mega dumb. Apologies for the silence. I'm like oddly focused on this. There we go. I think that's a lot better. I know this isn't the most beautiful and perfect looking thing in the world, but when is it ever? There we go. So that'll probably get a good little bit of a boost there, and I'm going to keep it like that for at least the meantime, I think. But I may come down here. You know, I'll keep along the water. We'll see if I can do anything with this. Could connect to there, but I feel like that's a pretty big mistake. But I can connect that up. So at least there's a way up there that prevents them having to go like all the way around. So I think that's a bit better. There we go. I think that is good. So yeah, wow, this is actually getting quite a lot of love. That's nice to see. I think the buses are actually using this relatively well, and I could actually go ahead and just add another stop here. Why not? We'll see. I guess he would have to stop already, right? Nope, just went right by it. Maybe this one. Yeah. Okay, so it's actually people being picked up and taken. Awesome. That's what we want to see. Well. Okay, so it looks goofy for now, but I think once we get more things in here, I think this should look pretty great. And like I said, I may do an amusement park around here. There's kind of a lot of options. Do I have a park maintenance building? I do not. So this might not be such a bad idea if I find a good spot. But yeah, not having this yet is interesting. Don't want to just throw it down there. That would be kind of ugly. Actually, here, if it'll fit, yeah. That feels pretty fitting as a spot, actually. And I think this is running okay. I would imagine our traffic isn't half bad. Yeah, I mean, 83%. That's pretty good to me. There's a hiccup here, but it doesn't seem to actually be bad. Just seems to be like there's people, so I'm fine with that. Our biggest traffic issue, hilariously, is here. And I think it's just because of the steep corner they have to take. I think if I was to make it a little bit more like this, it would probably do a little better. So we could do that maybe with there and also here. This is a little bit more busy than, I mean, it's not even more busy than it needs to be. It's just, it's working. So that's fun. This metro, yeah, I guess it's busy because there's so many people waiting at a constant time. I don't know, like, how is, like, I don't know how, like, the one that's over here, which I forget every single time where it's at. Don't worry, I'm gonna find this. I promise. I'm lying. There it is. Like, I don't know how this one's doing per se, but I guess it's doing all right. I'd assume. I mean, we're still spending more than we're making, but I mean, again, it's kind of the overall thing that helps us out. So it was Metroline like 5, wasn't it? Or 3? Yeah, so 3. It's the one that, oh, I didn't actually increase, but yeah. So like, yeah, what if I increase it by 200%? Does that just make it where there's so many more people that can get on? Because right now, yeah, it's 150. So is it 2 different trains that are running it, and I can make it to where... So what if I go to 3? Does this mean... Okay, now I'm starting to get it. I think. Yeah, okay. So now there's more, but I don't know if it causes a traffic issue. Because it does seem like it's waiting, which is not the worst thing in the world, but... It's saving 61% of car trips, though, which is really cool. I'm just waiting to see if it's, you know, a lot, like, less people waiting now. Definitely here. Definitely a lot better. They're being picked up now. So, I mean, yeah, it seems to be lower. Yeah, I mean, that seems a lot better now. So I think Metroline 3 is fine now. So I think we can call that one a success. If we were to look at, so like this one is a big one, a 335. This one, actually is not too bad. This seems to be going pretty okay because it's letting off and it's picking up pretty much all the people that's needed there. So I think we're okay with that one. I think if I had anything like that, that would just be wasting money. How about, so we have Metroline 3. Yeah, so that's the one I just did. So it's being used even more because there's more room. I don't know if that's like something that's helping and more conducive, but okay, there's a lot of people waiting here. Yeah, I mean, that's not cool. Let's put it up to like 265 and see what happens. Because there's a lot of people with this one. And this is the one that was showing red on the little map bit as well. So I've got some hopes that maybe this will help. We might need 3, maybe. We can see if that helps. I mean, I guess anything at this point will be a considerable help. But if we can make more people use this, which means more money, which means less traffic, oh yeah, that would be perfect. I've never actually messed with this before, which I find kind of hilarious. It's not something I ever, like, decided to check out for some reason. But yeah, I'd hate to know how much this is costing, but at the same time, it's helping. Just kind of watching to see if it goes down. Have some coffee while we wait, I guess. But a lot of young adults are using it, which I guess makes sense. That's pretty accurate to real life. So I think that's getting low enough for me to justify it being okay. I may, like, what is next? Is it 4? So you can have 4, but that's 500%. Good lord. I mean, if it helps, but I don't want it to, like, suddenly be empty, or we're, like, losing hundreds of thousands. But honestly, it doesn't seem like my weekly income's not changing. So maybe it's just a wise decision instead. Yeah, I mean, this one's being used well, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. Okay, cool. I guess it's the right thing to do. It just feels wrong, but oh god, our profit is actually up. So maybe, I've never messed with that before, and I think that might be something that I should have been doing a long time ago. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow. Okay. It's not what I expected to be so useful, I guess, is the thing. So that is really cool. But yeah, I think in the next episode, we're going to come in here and make a little festival area to make this used a little bit more. I mean, even over here, 80 people are using that. It's crazy. They're able to get around the city a lot better. So I do wonder if that's going to help traffic. I do wonder if in general that's just going to make, you know, people happier. We're servicing up to 600 people now, which is great in just that one. Oh my god. Into the pit of despair. Oops. Yeah, I don't think I can edit that around at all again. Oh wait, I can make it. Yep, I can make it look just as bad as it was. Cool. Be fun if I could cover it somehow, but nope. That's really funny. I didn't even notice. Was that mean like messing with something, I wonder? Or is that just... I probably had used Anarchy on accident, not realizing. That's really funny though. Whoops. That's a whoopsie. Look at it, trying to go straight up, my god. Yeah, so I think they're having to wait just slightly because there is so many. I know you can do, and I've seen this, like where people will have like this one, but then also have another one like right on the back of it. I can't even turn it around to show you what I mean, just because, but like there would be like 2 back to back. And I do know that's an option, and maybe that's a potential fix at some point, but for now, I feel like we're having some pretty good luck. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And like that, I mean, that bus line's doing good. I definitely bet we're losing money on the buses. Barely. Not by that much. So that's good. The metros went back down again, but I'm sure we can figure out some ways around that. So we'll see. But yeah, that's really fun. So yeah, I will play with this even more and see if I can figure out some more things to do. Wow, this is not great, is it? Let's take this away. I think that's too close to the train and too close to the highway to work. So yeah, the trains are always having to, or metros having to pause every so often. Maybe I need to figure out a way around that. Maybe it's just because I have too many trains now. I might have to do some reading or watching or something of the sorts. We'll see. I don't think we have great death care, do we? We do, apparently. Don't know how. I'm unsure as to how, but apparently we do. Let me just squeeze that in there. And then let me squeeze one in into this little neighborhood, and we're going to just kind of plop them around to superficially help here a bit, and then we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so that's interesting. But yeah, when we come back next time, we will hopefully be making some even better changes. This area, I quite like how it's sort of coming together. I like the height of everything currently. I know that won't probably stay like that, but that's fine. I'm glad that we were able to mess with the metro a little bit. And we'll see if we can make this London art and tourism area look even better. We'll add in some actual buildings and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm happy with that for now. So I think that's where we're going to, like I said, kind of just leave off with that. But yeah, I think that's good. So I'll talk to you guys next time, and goodbye.